take you guys somewhere and tell you a little story about something that happened in my life. Let's go. Oh, it's really bright out. All right, something you have to understand is all of this construction that was here, this all never used to be here. So all of these buildings, that original building was there. This was all an empty lot all the way down to the water. And it was filled in with just like fenced in so you couldn't get in there. But right down here on the waterfront, right down the water, there used to be a little shack where homeless people would hang out, and they had like a little stove and stuff in there. And it was kind of, we called it like under the Blue Bridge. They all kind of hung out right here. And when I was younger, I would come down here and I would, you know, trying to give back to society as a young man, trying to learn stuff. I would make them a huge vat of chili, and I would come down here to this little hut right here on the water where they all hung out, and we'd feed them, I'd feed them chili and buns and stuff like that. And I did that for a while, and over the course of a bunch of months, I got to know some of the people down here, and we had all these kind of great conversations. I mean, they were awkward and a little bit quirky and stuff, but I learned so much about the culture and what was happening in our city in kind of the homeless population. And so, but one night in particular, and I loved going down and giving. I'm a giving person, and giving makes me feel wonderful. So one night I came down here and I did all that stuff, and then one of the guys who was regularly here said to me, "Hey Al, I gotta go up and buy some liquor. Why don't you come with me?" And I was like, "Whatever, I'll go for a walk with you. We're having a little chat and everything." So we walked up here around the corner to a place called Swans. There's a little liquor store in there. So we walked up there around the corner to this place called Swans. So it was on that trip up to the liquor store at Swans that I learned one of the most valuable lessons of my life. And it might not be what you think it is, but I'm gonna fill you in on the rest of it at the house, because I wanna show you something. There's a key prop I'm missing right now that I wanna show you. So let's go back to the house and I'll fill you in the rest of the story. Just remember this setting. This is the setting for the story. Middle of the night, no one's around. I'm hanging out with homeless people under a bridge where no one knows where I am and no one can find me. And I go for a walk with this gentleman to go, and he's going to buy some liquor, and then we're heading back here. That's the setting that I learned one of the biggest lessons of my life in. Sometimes I'm carrying so much stuff I don't even know how to carry everything, but okay, the reason I need to come home was because I needed to grab this thing, which is always right by my door. Here, let me come in here so the light adjusts. So if I close the door, you'll see right here there's a little staff. Let me tell you about this. Plays into our story. Actually, let's bring it with us. Okay, so here's what happened. I was down there, we were on our way, we were walking up to that store, and after he'd bought some libations, we were walking our way back down to the waterfront, and he stops and he puts his hand on me, and he says, "Al, I really appreciate you coming down here all the time." I was like, "Oh, that's really nice. I love coming down to help out. It makes me feel great. I'm glad I can help you guys." And then he says, "Al, I want you to have my walking stick." I was like, no. I'm not here to take from you guys. I'm here to bring you some food, hang out with you, give you some company. So you gotta understand, he made these walking sticks and sold them on the street in order to make money to live. He even put there's like a little leather, I don't know if you can see it, there's like a little leather tip on the end of these things, you know, and he varnished them all up, and he put a lot of thought and a lot of love into these walking staffs, and he would sell them on the street to people to make money as a street person, which I always appreciated about him. He was trying to do something. So he says, "Here, take my staff." I said, no, I'm not here. He goes, "No, take my staff. I want you to have this to say thank you for everything you're doing down here. I said, no, I don't want to. I kept fighting him. I'm fighting him. Next thing I know, he pulls a gun on me, sticks a gun in my chest, and says, I want you to have my staff. Take my staff. This was his own personal one. I have never been in a situation like that before. So pearl-handled revolver thing in my chest. I said, okay, I'll take your staff. And he gave me the staff. He put the gun away, happy as a clam. We walked back down to where everyone else was, and we just sat down and talked for a little bit longer. And then I went home. And when I was leaving, I was like, are you sure you want me to take this? And he looks up at me like, I'm like, okay, I'll take it. So I walked home. And as I was walking home, I was thinking about that experience and what it was like. It was not comfortable. I was way outside of me. I was alone. I was in a vulnerable situation. I'm a big guy. I don't usually feel like I'm in a vulnerable situation. And what I learned that night was something really important. Why was I down there giving food out? Why was I down there? Because I want help, but it made me feel great. It gave me joy to be able to help. What I was doing in saying no to this guy from taking his staff was robbing him of the same joy that I was feeling from doing what I was doing. So while I'm giving to him and receiving the joy of giving, I was not allowing him. I was trying to stop him from receiving the same joy I was by giving me his staff. This was the life lesson. I need to be okay. I need to let other people give to me as much as I give to them. Don't say no. Let them do it. Don't be needy. But if somebody wants to do something for you, let them do it, because if you don't, you're robbing them of the very joy that you have from giving. So from that day on, this is 20 years ago, this staff has sat by my front door everywhere I've been as a reminder that when I go out into the world, not only should I be giving to give myself joy, but I should be allowing people to give to me so that they can have that joy. Because it's very easy for me to say, no, I don't need anything from you. I don't need anything from you. But I always need that reminder that other people deserve the joy of giving as much as I do. Anyway, that's the story of my little staff. And this thing sits by my front door. I've never used it as a walking stick or anything, but it sits by my front door. And if you're ever over at my place, you'll see it. So remember, let other people give to you as much as you give to other people, because their life, you'll give as much joy to their life in letting them give as you get from giving. Anyway, that's my staff story. I'm going to get out of here now. I'm an old man.